All right, we're off to the races. So welcome, welcome. It's so exciting to have you guys here tonight. I am Leslie Powell. Right there in the orange hoodie is Shawn Poe. We're here to show you guys something really incredible tonight that we've had our hands on for, well, Shawn's had his hands on it for about, what, 13 years, Shawn? And I just learned of this about 4 years ago, and we've recently launched an incredible product that we want to share with you guys. So again, I'm Leslie Powell. I'm a physician assistant. I've been practicing medicine for approximately 21 years now. How did that happen? I remember when I was going through PA school and thinking 3 years was an eternity. Joke's on me, right? Flies by really fast. So we're going to get right to it. I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about the science tonight, but we're not going to get too nerdy. We're going to keep it very simple so that you guys can understand exactly what you have your hands on here. And then at the end, we'll take some questions. Shawn's going to show you guys a little bit of the business side of this and how you can actually make some money and share this with other people in your life. So let's get to it. Let me see here. All right. All right. So I'm going to minimize this here. Okay. So we are known as the activation company. LifeVantage has been around for about 13, 14, 15 years. And the claim to fame with our company is that we actually turn on pathways in the body that already exist. Those pathways may be sluggish or not working exactly like they should. So this is kind of what has put us on the map. We have to do proper disclosures here. Uh-oh, Shawn, I might have to make you a co-host. Make sure you mute when you come on, guys. Uh-oh, proper disclosures. This presentation doesn't necessarily it's not representative of the income that any consultant can make. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration, and these products do not intend to cure, treat, prevent, or mitigate any disease, okay?
We thought maybe we prosecute people.
Uh-oh, hold on. I'm gonna try to mute.
Yeah, I would just mute all and then we can unmute.
Okay.
Oh, I got a mistake.
Hold on. I'm gonna have to hold on, Shawn.
Where are my earpods?
I gotta stop sharing to get over to it. Sorry.
You got earpods.
I told you Zoom is not my strong point.
If you want to make me host real quick, I can do it and then give it back to you.
Okay, let me just do that. Where did you go? Sorry, Shawn.
All good. There you go. You'll have to unmute now.
Sure. Sure. Get the fans some London Sky.
Oh, there's one more.
The Lowe's app. In store, online, our Lowe's team has you covered.
I don't know who it is, Shawn. Oh, please mute when you come on. I think we got it. All right, back to it. So this is actually what put us on the map was the ABC Primetime Investigative Video. This came out in 2005. Oh gosh, Shawn. I think I got her. All right. So this is our flagship product, Protandim NRF2. So NRF2 is an interesting product. It lowers oxidative stress. So one of the things that I want you to understand about oxidative stress, it sounds really nerdy, but basically if you understand what it's like to cut an apple open and to lay it on your counter and when it turns brown, that is a representation of oxidative stress. So basically what is happening when your cells are going through oxidative stress, they're being bombarded by free radicals, which means those free radicals are just bouncing around inside the cell and causing damage, which leads to eventually disease, okay? So when this investigative report came out, there were lots of university hospitals watching this report, and it was making like very strong claims. And so as a result, these companies ended up, I had the slide, I thought. These companies ended up actually getting that product and testing it. And as a result, we ended up with 37 published studies on on PubMed, which is where all medical journals and all scientific, all products, even pharmaceutical products, are tested, and the results of that are shown. So we take it to make it. So I want you to understand this is not a supplement, okay? We are empowering our bodies to make the antioxidants, proteins, and enzymes that you need for better health. We are, again, turning on a pathway in our body that has went dormant, okay? So back to Protein NRF2, we take that to make antioxidants. Think of oxidative stress as aging, and antioxidants fight that oxidative stress or the aging. And so when you take this product, you're basically reversing that aging process. And I'll even go one step further, is to say that I feel that it's safe enough to say compliant, that this product really battles inflammation. So we know that inflammation is the root cause of all disease processes. I worked in cardiology for 10 years, and we learned during that time that, you know, it wasn't necessarily a blockage that caused heart attacks. A lot of times it was inflammation in that artery that could cause a heart attack. So basically, our body's own antioxidants are 1,000,000 times stronger than any supplement you can take. So that is NRF2 in and of a short. And here it is. This is the third-party validation that we have. The medical world took notice. And if you just I just wanted you to take a look at this slide, just an overview. You probably recognize some places there that you're familiar with: Ohio State University, the National Institute on Aging. I come from Virginia Commonwealth University, Washington State University, Texas Tech. So all of these people and all of these organizations have done studies on this product, and we have access to those that we can share with you. So if you're a super nerdy person and you like to know all the science, we got 37 studies you can read. We can keep you busy for a little while, okay? Next is our Healthy Glow Stack. So Healthy Glow Stack includes our liquid collagen. This was released approximately 2 years ago, and everybody asked me this, and this is the bottom line here, okay? There are lots of collagens on the market, but not all collagen is created equal, okay? This collagen turns on your cells to start making collagen again. You stop laying down new collagen when you are in your 20s, okay? This product comes in, you drink it, it's 50cc bottle, you shake it up, it's a wonderful appleberry flavor, but you drink it and it turns those cells on to start making collagen again. It's also going to supplement any collagen that you've lost, and it helps you maintain that collagen. There was a study done on these two products together, Protein NRF2 and liquid collagen, that basically shows that when you put them together, you're going to get some synergy, which means that they work better together than the individual parts. Incredible results with that study too. We can show you that. Again, I don't want to drive down into super nerdy stuff tonight, but the pictures are going to speak for itself, and I've got one of those. And over there in the corner, the practical tip: this Healthy Glow Stack gives you 100% increase in type 1 collagen. And that's the other thing I want to bring forward too, is that most collagens only have 2 or 3 types in them. This particular brand of collagen has 10 collagen types that are going to work on different places in your body. And remember, collagen is just not good for the skin, what you see on the outside. It's good for the things on the inside, the joint, the gut lining, the brain. It helps with sleep. There's so many other advantages to taking collagen than just for the cosmetic benefits, right? And so I had to pull this forward. There was a different lady's picture on here, and this is who I call Betty. Betty blows me away. This is the power of activation. This is real, and you can see it was 5 months here that she got into the picture over on the right. It doesn't happen overnight, guys, but if you stick with it and are consistent, you're going to see those results. It's kind of hard to believe, right? We know this lady. This is Betty, so we've seen it happen right before our eyes, which is just incredible. So here's a couple other ones. You'll notice this guy down there on the right. Does he kind of look familiar? It's Shawn Poe, who's going to be presenting the business side tonight. Look at those legs in the middle. Anybody know somebody with wrinkly, crepey legs? Much, much better right there on the left. Day 0 to day 15. Look at those crow's feet and under eyes. We've seen improvements in hands and joints and stomachs and redness and necks. There's just incredible things happening on the outside. So can you only imagine what's going on the inside? It's an incredible product. I want to bring forth Axio too. Axio is your brain messenger. So if you love Monster, if you love Bing sodas, all of those energies, I had my first Celsius the other day. I drank about a third of it and I was like, whoa, like how do people even drink this? So 200 milligrams of caffeine in that. This is Axio. This activates mental clarity. The more you drink it, the better it gets. It provides focus. Anybody got a kid in school that has trouble focusing or can't pay attention? This is for you. This is for your kids. If you've got kids in sports, kids that are in the sports world really need like fine motor tuning and to stay focused too with staying on task with sports and just excelling. This is for those people. So I drink Axio all day long. I probably drink 2 to 3 a day. One package of the product there, one serving has 95 milligrams of caffeine in it, which is less than a cup of coffee. So if you are caffeine sensitive, that's a good thing for you. We also offer it in a decaf. Right now there's, I think, 7 flavors. We also have a lemonade, which just come back by popular demand. It is delicious. It mixes so well with like tea and other things. So it's my absolute favorite. We love it. We drink it here all the time. So Axio is great for the brain. Here's a little fun fact here. Here's a kid who was taking his spelling test before Axio and then after. It just really helps the brain hone in on that focus and really helps them just perform. So, and that was with Protandim too. That was the NRF2 on the right as well. So that was before and after right there on the Axio. So these are some of the things that we've seen in kids. Let's talk about fat burn for a minute. So fat burn is an incredible product. It converts unwanted belly fat that's accumulated over the years that we call visceral fat. That's the fat that actually encapsulates your organs. You burn an extra 181 calories a day at rest. Like you literally have to do nothing. It turns on those fat burning cells just to kind of melt off that fat. So basically, I love that practical tip at the bottom there. You can take that instead of walking an extra 4,000 steps a day. I actually tested that. I got on a treadmill after I started taking this and I was like, okay, how long am I going to have to be on this treadmill in order to burn 181 calories? It was 25 minutes. I got 25 minutes of my life back every day, not having to do the cardio. So fat burn is a really great product that we have here as well. And then now the grand finale, can we activate weight loss? Can we help you can we help your body make something that helps with weight loss? And they have worked on this product for 2 years. It is patent pending and it is here. And it came out approximately 2 weeks ago. I've been on it for right at 2 weeks and I'm seeing incredible results with it. So this is our GLP-1 mind and body system. It makes GLP hormone in your gut and it increases that GLP hormone by 140%. Now, I might get in trouble for saying this, but you know me, I'm a rebel and I'm going to say the things anyway. So if you're on a synthetic, just understand that synthetics actually suppress your body's own GLP-1 hormone because you're injecting it, okay? So this is revolutionary. There's no other product in the world right now that we know of that does this. It has just been phenomenal. And here was a human clinical trial that we did, and this is very straightforward, okay? One of the things that stands out to me is that 100% of the people that lost weight did not lose muscle mass, okay? This is a problem that we see on synthetics. People lose muscle mass and they kind of get that hollow look, right? There was a total of 5% body fat that was lost and up to 27% visceral fat. Remember, I told you with the fat burn, visceral fat is around your organs. It's around your heart and your liver and your gut. Like you want to melt that off. And then the overall results down there, which were just awesome. 82% of people took back control of their relationship with food. 95% had decreased sugar cravings. That's huge for me. 96% chose smaller portions. I can agree with that. I'm not able to eat as much as I could. 85% felt less hungry. 90% ate less meals, and 85% now eat for health instead of their emotions. That's why they call it emotional eating, comfort food, right? And the average weight loss was 9 pounds in 8 weeks and up to 25 pounds in 12 weeks. So the benefits over there, you're going to feel fuller longer. It's going to cut cravings. It quiets food noise. Do you guys understand what food noise is? Food noise is when you eat a cookie and you want another one, more. Like I can't even explain how that has been a stronghold on my life. And like I eat a cookie now and I can appreciate that cookie for what it is, but I don't feel like I need to go pick up 3 more. It's also going to help maintain blood sugars within a normal range. It's going to lower insulin resistance. We know insulin resistance is a big problem right now, okay? That's why we see so many people becoming diabetics. And here's some results. Nothing beats visuals, right? Look who made it to both slides, Shawn Poe. So I know Shawn Poe dropped about 2% in body fat. I don't know if I can't remember all of his stats, but you can see that he's carved out a little bit more. This guy here in the bottom, down 18 pounds and 3 inches off his waist. Over here on the left, bottom corner, 141 pounds to 130.6 in 28 days. Guys, the proof's in the pudding. And if you can take something that's all natural, why not, right? All right, and then I'm going to leave it with this. We are known as the activation company. We are not a one-trick pony. We have a lot more other products that are incredible. We have like your essential nutrients, like your omegas, your vitamin Ds. We have an AM and PM vitamin that resets your circadian rhythm. We have great skincare. We have hair care. We also have pre and probiotics, daily wellness, which supports a healthy immune system. And we have canine there on the end, Pet Tandem, which is for your pets, reduces oxidative stress in your pets. The best video I've seen is the one that shows the dog that couldn't jump back in the back of the truck, and then after they've been on Pet Tandem a little bit, they do. It's the coolest thing to see all of that. So we are not a one-trick pony. We have a lot of beautiful products. So I'm going to turn this over to Shawn, and it's coming back to you, my friend, and he's going to present the business side. All right, it's all you. Oh, you're muted.
I was still muted there. Excited to be here tonight with you guys. Like Leslie said, we've been in this company for over 13 years. We're coming up on 14 in March. And I have never seen things like we're seeing today with the launch of the GLP-1 product. My former experience, I was in corporate America in the financial world. With Citigroup, I handled all of the cash movement around the world for about a 3-year period of time where we were moving anywhere from $4 billion to $40 billion every single day. My last 3 years, I managed the defaulted student loan portfolio, about $1 billion of defaulted loans that we handled all the collection and litigation. And, you know, the higher I climbed up the corporate ladder, the more time away from my family they expected me to be. And to be quite honest, I wasn't the dad I should have been. I wasn't the husband I should have been. I spent my time in airports and hotel rooms and traveling all across the United States. And so I was looking for a way out. And when you hear what Leslie's talking about with the science on these products, you guys, to me, it's an absolute no-brainer. You're going to integrate these products into your health strategy. It's just a matter of how you're going to do it. And when we first got started, our flagship product, Protandim NRF2, you know, that's what the company was built around. And the scientists, they knew that there was a way for them to be able to upregulate different processes within the body. And the cool thing with that, me being a finance guy, is even I knew that there's a pharmacy inside every single one of our bodies. But as we age, things just don't work as well as they used to. And so really the premise behind being the activation company is simply unlocking again that pharmacy that each of us have inside of our body to get our bodies to work like they were designed. And, you know, we can't stop aging, but what we can do is improve quality of life and people's ability to age more gracefully. And so I love that the company just didn't stop with Protandim NRF2. I truly believe every single person on the planet needs to be taking that product, but there's also other pathways in the body. Collagen, when that came out in June of 22, that was a major launch for our company. Now, collagen had been around for a long time, but there really weren't collagens out there that were improving the body's ability to produce it on its own. And so that was a major difference with us being unique in the marketplace. And it really took the company to another level. But what just happened earlier this month, October 11th, when the GLP-1 product came out, Mind and Body, it changed the face of the company forever. And the demand has been so high, what we thought would last a month and a half to 2 months was gone in about 2.5 weeks. And so we know in the marketplace that there is actual demand for these products. So I just want to spend a little bit of time talking to you guys about the business side. Maybe you know other people that are into health and they want to activate their bodies. Or you know people maybe that are using other synthetic GLP-1 processes to kind of get results that they've been trying to get in other fashion and just haven't been able to. I'm blown away on the conversations that I have with person after person that I would have never known were on some of those synthetics that are, and they're not cheap, right? You know, most of the people I'm talking to, they're paying $1,000 to $1,500 a month to get these synthetic injections. And we know with synthetics, there's a laundry list of side effects that can happen by shutting down different processes in the body and putting synthetic versions in their place. And so I really love our ability to really see what society wants. I'll just say this. I think as a society, we're trying to be more proactive about health than ever before instead of reactionary and really dealing with sick care. So we want to keep our bodies healthy while we can, but at the same time, you know, people really do try to understand more and be an advocate for their own health. And so I love the fact that we can accomplish both of those things, but we've also seen a major shift in consumer behavior, right? How people buy goods. And I say this all the time, but around 2018, Toys R Us went bankrupt, right? 2018 was the biggest year ever up to that point for selling toys and the amount of revenue that was spent purchasing them. However, the biggest retailer went out of business. Why was that? Well, it's simply because consumer behavior changed and Amazon kind of led that charge where all of a sudden people got used to acquiring direct from a place, right? Shipped to their door. And if you look at Amazon, Amazon's simply a bunch of warehouses that ship direct to consumers. And that's exactly what this profession is as well too. We have our unique niche in the nutraceutical realm and the activation world, right? Whereas Amazon tries to fulfill every need a person has and be able to ship it to them. So that's kind of where I look on the business side of what's truly the potential of what just launched. And I don't think that we're going to see a slowdown anytime soon. They're ramping up manufacturing. They're ramping up the warehouses to be able to fulfill the demand. And so 13 and a half years ago, I had a decision that I had to make. I was sitting at a meeting with my wife, Michelle, and there was a cardiologist that was telling us about Protandim Nrf2. And I remember in that meeting, I kept thinking to myself, if what they're telling us is even half true, this is information that I would probably regret not taking advantage of. And prior to Citigroup, I had my security licenses. I worked with Wells Fargo, did some portfolio management there. And we had this theory called the average man theory. And what that simply meant in the investment world was that you basically do the exact opposite of what the average person is hearing in the news cycle. Because by the time it reaches the average person, it's too late to act on that information. And so in business, I'm always looking for where are we? Where are we on what's called a growth curve or an S curve? And I'll share my screen here for a second as I talk through this, because I think it's super important right now at where the company is and where we're headed. So on the screen here, we have this S curve and a growth curve there. And at the beginning of a new technology or something that disrupts the marketplace, it's really a unique group of people that get involved. It's the innovators, it's the early adopters, and it's those people that really change how we live our lives. And then when you hit this momentum phase, that's when the average person starts to become aware of it or start to integrate that new thing into their lives. But the momentum period of time, 80% of the growth that's going to happen happens during that growth spurt. An example I give of that is like the iPhone. The iPhone changed everything, you guys. And when you look back at the earlier models, most people did not have the iPhone 1, and they probably didn't really hear much about it except for an occasional news report talking about Apple and this and that. But even the Apple iPhone 2 and 3, like that still was really the early adopters and the innovators that had that technology and were using it on a daily basis. And it wasn't until about 4 years into the iPhone that the average person started using that technology. And so from the iPhone 4, for years, it went up this massive, massive momentum phase where now we're sitting at the iPhone 16 and nearly every American has either owned the product in the past or they currently own it. So there isn't that huge growth that they can expect out of it anymore because that happened between the iPhone 4 and some later version a few years later. And when I look at this GLP-1 and what's going on inside of our company, you guys, I see this exact same growth curve. So when we started back in 2011, we were definitely in that innovator stage. People didn't know, and still probably even in 2024, they didn't know clearly what oxidative stress was, why it's important to reduce it. And it really took a lot of education on getting people informed on what it was. I would say we started to hit a momentum phase back when collagen launched in 2022 because that was more of a keyword in the marketplace. There wasn't as much education that needed to be done, and we had substantial growth. But what I've already seen happen in the last couple of weeks since October 11th, we have started to hit this massive momentum growth phase inside of the company. And so we're going to go on this rocket ship. And, some people I'm very cognizant are just going to want to integrate those products into their health strategy. But timing, as far as people that are looking for something different or something more, when I was in my mid 30s, I was looking for that way out of the corporate environment, but I didn't know what that vehicle could possibly be that would replace that. And we thank God every day that even though we were a little bit skeptical about what we were hearing, we did our due diligence and we found out where it could actually fit in with our life. And so even though we were a little bit skeptical, we were open-minded to hear the information. And once we really understood the science, it was a no-brainer to us. Regardless if we did the business or not, we were going to be telling other people about it because of the changes we're seeing with people in our lives. And so my wife and I, our joke early on was, yeah, for professional network marketers, we're going to get a check for $20. We'll celebrate with a bottle of wine and a Redbox movie. Well, little did we know the checks were going to be a little bit bigger than $20. And within a 9-month period of time of us treating this like a business, I was able to walk away from the corporate world. And ever since January of 2012, my wife and I have been building this full time together. And I don't know what else could have come into our lives, truthfully, that would have had the domino effect that this has had on literally tens of thousands of people across the globe. But what I'm telling you tonight, you guys, that's just the beginning. Will seriously impact hundreds of thousands of people, if not millions of people across the globe. And so again, what I would challenge you guys tonight is a very similar thought to what I had back 13 and a half years ago is if the information that you're hearing tonight is accurate, how could that change and impact you? And we know that as a society, people are wanting to lose weight. They're wanting to have more graceful aging. They're wanting to have many more years that they're having quality of life. And so we've kind of hit this sweet spot with this latest product launch of the timing of the business is something that you can't get back. I truly believe that as we head out of the holidays, December and into January, we're going to see another huge momentum burst within the company. Because what are people looking for in January, right? You're out of the holiday season. Things have settled down a little bit. People are looking for better health and they're looking for better finances. And so we can kind of satisfy those things that people are really going to turn their attention to in January. But what I would tell you is now's the time to get active if you have that desire to have something a little bit different in your life, like me and my wife did. I'll say this. If you're thinking about the business and you have other people that you know in your life that truly need to integrate these kind of products into their health strategy, now's the time to cast that net as big as possible, because we won't be able to get that time back between now and January 1st, when people are by the hundreds, by the thousands, jumping in and wanting these products. And it's not a matter of if people are going to hear about them. In my opinion, it's going to be who tells them about it. And that's simply all that we do, is we educate people both on the product side and on the business side, and allow them to make the best decision for themselves. The company itself, we are publicly traded. I love that aspect, especially having my security licenses in the past, because everything's transparent. Every 90 days, they're reporting to Wall Street what's going on with the company. We're over a $200 million company, but the bigger fact to me is that we're debt free. So we have this ability to really take advantage of where we're headed over the next 12 to 18 months and really ramp things up to have a dramatic impact into the marketplace. And worldwide, you guys, as of the last earnings report, we had less than 70,000 distributors worldwide. And some of you might think that that's a big number, but I'm telling you, there's some established companies in our profession that they have 70,000 distributors in California or Florida or New York. And so for us to only have around 70,000 worldwide, this is still a ground floor opportunity for people. The systems are simple. You guys, I've owned a lot and operated a lot of different businesses, and I'm telling you, not having to ship product, not having to worry about inventory, invoicing, taxes, employees, things like that is a huge benefit. You get the benefit of it being a $200 million company that you don't have to run. You just have to plug into the community, into the systems, and get that leverage of working with the team. And that kind of surprised me when we first got started, because Michelle and I, as entrepreneurs, we were used to having to do all those things on our own. And we didn't understand the power of leveraging others. Because think about this, even if you work, 12, 14, 16-hour days, there's only so much time as a resource that you have to allocate out. But if you have, let's say, a small army of 20 people that are doing this very part-time, they can put more hours into a day than you ever could, even if you're working 24 hours a day around the clock. And so that's where the leverage part of this was something I didn't understand until we got into this profession and saw it work. A lot of times when I'm having this business discussion with people, they really want to understand what's in it for me. Like, how can I really change my life? They might have the same mindset as me, where I was like, if we're professional network marketers, we're going to get a $20 check, and that's about it. But now we have these income disclosure statements where you can see by rank what people are earning. And on the right-hand side, I broke out a couple of those different ranks. You can see there, senior consultant 1 in the company. The average person's making around $247 a month extra. How many people do you know? Say that?
Can you enlarge that a little bit? Are you able?
I am not able to, no.
Okay, it's okay.
As far as people that how many people are going to bed tonight, and maybe it's you, praying for something to change, because as we approach the end of the month, you don't have enough money for the things that you need. And then look at managing consultant 1, $639 on average extra a month. Like, how many people do we have coming up that are baby boomers wanting to retire? And things are very different than when they entered the working world 30 or 40 years ago, right? And so there aren't the pensions that used to exist. People aren't working for the same company for 30 years and them taking care of it. And then the government stepping in and providing a little bit extra on top of that. And so, as people look at retirement, most people haven't saved enough money to live the same lifestyle that they're accustomed to while they're working, and they have one of two choices. It's to live off of less money or to continue to work. So being able to roadmap how somebody can make an extra $1,600 a month, there's going to be a ton of people that are looking for that. And then for like me, I was looking for an exit strategy out of the corporate world, but I had to replace that full-time money. And so you can see it like managing consultant 3, the average person's making over $7,500 a month. And then if you look at those following ranks, EC1, 13,000 a month. And then we start talking about life-changing money. Executive consultant 2 is 24,000, EC3 is 53,000, and it goes on from there. And that's the part that I didn't understand, because I was used to a world of very large sums of money to get large businesses. And I probably wouldn't have even believed it if they told me that you could have your hands on a multi-million-dollar business for less than $1,000 investment. That type of business didn't make sense to me. But as I've seen this and as I've studied this industry, this profession, I know that the sky's the limit on what people can achieve. And I truly believe this for the company. The biggest earners are the people that are coming in now. We're going to see things change so dramatically on this income disclosure statement when it's updated in January of 2025. It's going to look very, very different. And throughout 2025, it's going to look dramatically different as we head into 2026. And one thing that I've realized as I've aged is time goes pretty quick. And we're going to all of a sudden be turning the corner of this calendar year into 2025. And before we know it, it's going to be October of 2025, and we're going to be looking into 2026. So that's going to happen no matter what you do. But the reality is this is an opportunity to change things and things to look dramatically different when we blink and all of a sudden it's halfway through or 3/4 of the year through 2025. And so I want you to imagine what if. What if you took that chance? What if you took that risk? What if you locked arms with us and shared this with a few people? What could happen with your life? As far as the products go, you guys, again, I think it's a no-brainer, like Protandim NRF2 or collagen, Axio, or skincare line, GLP-1. These are all amazing, amazing products. And you can get back to the person that invited you onto this call. They can help you get started with what makes the most sense for you. But again, there's only one of two ways to get the products, and that's either as a customer, or if you want to be a voice for the product as well, you can get referrals and commission bonuses paid for being a voice of the products and locking arms with us. So on the screen, I put 3 different packs. We've got several others that exist as well too. But the multiplier pack's going to come with a bunch of GLP-1, collagen, NRF2. We've got another pack that's priced about the same that really is a wide array of all of our product lines. And then in the middle there, we've got that executive pack that's going to come with a little bit of the skincare, collagen, fat burn, Protandim NRF2, GLP-1, and Axio. And so if it was me that was starting over again, if I was building my business from day one as of today, I would look for one of those 2 packs. For me personally, I want to try everything in the product line to see what it does for me and to establish my own story so I can share that story with other people. And I'm telling you, Protandim NRF2 changed our lives forever. My wife was super, super sick when we got involved with this company. We had seen some of the best doctors in the world. And Western medicine is great, don't get me wrong. But there was a lot they couldn't answer. And they could rule out and tell us what it wasn't, but they could never tell us what was wrong with my wife. And we actually moved to South Dakota back in our 30s because we didn't know how long she was going to live. And that's a scary, scary feeling. And I'm sure some of you, if you're not going through it today, you've been in those situations with family members where you didn't know what to do. And so thank God this was introduced to us and that we did integrate it into our health strategy because it changed our life. It changed every aspect of it. And I'm so thankful that we were open to the idea of having a side business with it as well too. Because the more people we shared this with, the more people that want to integrate it and see exactly what it would do for them. And it just snowballed into this business with us. And I'm telling you, things are moving faster today than I've ever seen. With collagen, when that launched, our business was doing around 550,000 in volume a month, and we doubled that in 4 months. You guys, in 2.5 weeks, our business doubled with the GLP-1 launch. And we're having person after person after person that's having success building this business. And that isn't for everybody. Once again, I'm very cognizant of that. But I want you just to again ask yourself, what if? What if this could change your life? What if you have people in your life that need to hear this story? What if they heard it from you? And we'll lock arms. You don't have to do this by yourself. I promise you, we plug you into the systems. We'll plug you into meetings like this. We do the heavy lifting for people, but now's the time. Now's the opportunity. I hear so many people ask me, when's my turn? Or what can I do? Because they think they missed the opportunity that I had back in 2011. But I'm telling you, that window of opportunity is so wide open right now. It's the number one reason I'm putting the hours that I put in every single day, because I want to get as many people that opportunity as absolutely possible. I know that there's moms out there that want to stay home and raise their kids, but they don't know how they would afford to do that. I know there's dads like me that are on the road all the time and they're missing their kids growing up. And I'll never forget one time I was doing some work for Citigroup. We're bringing jobs out of New York back to South Dakota because banking doesn't need to be done in New York anymore. And I would live in a hotel room in Manhattan during the week. And on Fridays, I would try to fly home. And one time that I was home, we went to the lake and I was there for about 48 hours. And as I was getting ready to leave and go back to the airport to fly back to New York, my daughter, who was about 6 at the time, she reached up and she pulled on my pant leg and she just said, "Dad, don't go back." And it honestly, it ripped my heart out because I didn't have an option. I didn't have a choice, but now I do. And thank goodness my kids don't remember me as the guy I was. They've seen me grow up and change people's lives with the products, with the business. And I'm telling you, we're just getting started. This is going to be a ride that I don't want time to go faster, but at the same time, I want to see what this looks like in 2 years from now, and 4 years from now, and the tens of thousands of families across the globe that we've impacted. That's what we want to do. So again, get back with the person that introduced this to you. They can help you get started regardless what route you decide is best for you. I think Leslie said that she was going to open it up for a little bit of Q&A. We're completely open books. We'll tell you the good, the bad, the ugly about anything you want to know. Here to help you in whatever questions that you guys have.
I'm going to stop recording now. We'll take Q&As if you guys have some questions.